सान्द्रानन्दावबोधात्मकमनुपमितं कालदेशावदिभ्या निर्मुक्तं नित्यमुक्तं निगमशतसहस्रेण निर्भास्यमानम् अस्पष्टं दृष्टमात्रे पुनः उरुपुरुषार्थात्मकं ब्रह्मतत्त्वं तत्तावत् भाति साक्षात् गुरुपवनपुरे हन्त भाग्यं जनानां योगीन्द्राणां त्वदङ्गेष्वधिकसुमधुरं मुक्तिभाजां निवासो भक्तानां कामवर्षद्युतरुकिसलयं नाथ ते पादमूलं नित्यं चित्तस्थितं मे पवनपुरपते कृष्णा कारुण्य सिंधो कृष्णा कारुण्य सिंधो हृत्वा निशेषतापान् प्रदिशतु परमानन्द सन्दोहलक्ष्मी
Guru Pavanapure Hantabhagyam Jananam. Namaskaram to all the Astikas. We have been witnessing the greatness attached to the 23rd Dashakam of Śrīman Nārāyaṇīyam. Bhaṭṭatiri says, Prakshurasena Vishaye Kila Chitraketuhu Putragrahi Nripati Angirasah Prabhavat Labdhaika Putramatha Tatra Hate Sapatni Sanghairamuhyadavashastava Mayayasau Prak Shurasena Vishaye. Long back, very long back, he says, Shurasena Vishaye. In his particular kingdom of a person called Shurasena, who was the Raja, Nripatihi Chitraketu. There was a king called as Chitraketu. Asit Putragrahi Kila. This Chitraketu was very desirous of a son. He had many wives, but didn't have a son. At that point in time, Labdhva Eka Putram. He got one putra. How? With the magnanimity, with the power of Prabhavat Angirasaha, with a rishi called Angiras. So with the help of Angiras, he got a child. And through that, he thought his desire to have a family, all that was accomplished. But atra tatra hate sapatni sanghaihi. Because the child was born through one wife, the remaining wives were very envious. So what they did, hate sapatni sanghaihi. They all got together and killed that child. Avashaha asau amuhyat tava mayaya. See, the father couldn't take it because it was out of so much efforts, puja, yajnam, that this child was born. And this child was killed by very own set of his wives. So he couldn't stand it. Avashaha asau amuhyata. He became so very overfilled with grief that he even fainted. Tava mayaya Bhaṭṭatiri wonders. All this, isn't that your atyascharya leela cheshtitam prabhu? This is all your game. He looks at Bhagavan and says, then he continues, Tam naradastu samamangirasadayaluhu samprapya tavadupadarshya sutasya jivam kasyasmi putra iti tasya gira vimoham tyaktva tvadarchana vidhau nripatim nyuyungta. So he says, Naradaha dayaluhu tu. Interestingly, till now, whenever we have seen Narada being mentioned, he will always say Shri Naradena, Shri Naradena. Why hasn't he said here? See, this is a paddhati in our Vedic civilization. In the initial stages, the acharyas will be very clear with the name. Later, we have to assume that this is the prefix to be added every time. For example, Śrīman Nārāyaṇa. Nārāyaṇa is not a bachelor. He is not a brahmachari. Śrīman Nārāyaṇa, the one who is associated with Mahalakshmi. So 10 times the acharyas will say Śrīman Nārāyaṇa, Śrīman Nārāyaṇa. 11th time they will just say Nārāyaṇa. That time we shouldn't ask where is Śrīman, because it is told or assumed by the acharyas that we will add that Śrīmat Shabdam before. Naradaha dayaluhu tu samprapyatam samam angirasa. Now, having gone to Chitraketu along with sage Angiras, because Angirasa, whose magnanimity gave that child, and Chitraketu, who was the father of the child, so they were confused. At that point in time, Narada Maharshi went to them and then said, see, through my taposhakti, I will show you that Jivatma of that child whom you have lost going in a Sukshma Shariram. The little boy has cast his material body, which is Thula Shariram. He is going Sukshma Shariram. I will show you through my taposhakti. So he says, Tavat upadarshya sutasya jivam. Suta, his son's jivam, which is Jivatma, he showed. Nyayunkta nripatim tvadarchana vidhau, and then directed the king to continue the worship of Bhagavan. Tyaktva sthitam vimoham. Now, how did the king continue? Because he was already in dukkha. And Narada is showing the Jivatman. Then Narada says, continue the worship of Narayana. How? Because there is something that happened. Narada Maharshi said, see, that is the Jivatma of your son in a Sukshma Shariram which is going. Immediately the king asked, where is it going? It is going to Vaikuntham. Is it? Wait, I will ask that Jivatma to the Sukshma Shariram, my dear son, I am your father. I am Chitraketu. Look at me, said the father. To which it is said that the boy, here we can't decide the boy because the boy has shed his body. Now it is a Sukshma Shariram. So the Jivatman through that Sukshma Shariram says, who's my father? Who are you? I am whose son? Please do not bring such questions. There is nothing called son, father, all these relationships. We are all children of that one Paramatma. So Tyaktva sthitam vimoham tasya gira iti. He heard the voice. What did the boy ask? Kasya putraha asmi? Whose son am I? So this very incident says that detachment is the only way to realization, sakshatkaram of Bhagavan. This incident of Chitraketu talking to the Jivatma which had departed from the Sthula Sharira of his son and attaining a Sukshma Sharira and going towards Vaikuntham denotes that. So, Tyaktva sthitam vimoham tasya gira iti kasya putraha asmi, he asks. Next he continues, Stotram cha mantramapi naradatotthalabdva toshaya shesha vapusho nanu te tapasyan vidyadharadhipatitam sahi saptaratre labdhvapya kunthamatiranva bhajad bhavantam. The other day while I was talking about Sesha, Adi Sesha, the first amongst the devotees, one of them had written, Sir, how is this possible that Adi Sesha that you say is the very couch for Bhagavan, serpent couch, but you also said he is Bhagavan himself? Yes, Adi Sesha or Ananta is Sakshat Bhagavan and he is the serpent couch for Bhagavan as well. He is both the material and he is him as well. How do we know that? This shloka says, Atha Saha Hi Labdhva. Then this Chitraketu, who having obtained the quintessential knowledge, the Vedantic knowledge, Stotram cha mantram api, reciting a stotram and a mantram in his mind, both which are equally important. How did he master this? Where did he get the mantropadesham, stotropadesham from? Naradataha tapasyan. Through Narada he obtained this and he practiced austerities. Why? Toshayate, to propitiate and impress upon you. Hey Bhagavan, hey Krishna, to impress upon you, he did this. Toshayate. But in what form did Bhagavan appear? Shesha Vapushaha. Vapushaha, body. Shesha Vapushaha. He appeared in the Divyamangala Vigraham, in the body of Shesha, which is the snake. Api labdhva saptaratre, and after having obtained the grace of Bhagavan in the form of Adishesha, saptaratre, for 7 continuous nights, Vidyadhara Adhipatitam. Vidyadhara Adhipatitam. So this Chitraketu was very well made the chief of Vidyadharas. Now, after having obtained that position, why will you want to continue with your tapasya? That is when it is said, Anva bhajata bhavantam nanu. He continued worshipping Bhagavan. So, this did not stop him. He continued worshipping Bhagavan akunthamatihi, without any diminution of fervor. That is, just because he had worshipped Bhagavan and Bhagavan appeared as Adisesha, he didn't stop. After having obtained his position as well, his bhakti towards Narayana continued. Anva bhajat bhavantam nanu akunthamatihi. Without any reduction in his bhakti levels, his bhakti continued. Tasmai mrinala dhavalena sahasra shirshna rupena baddha nuti siddhagana vritena pradurbhavanna chirato nutibhif prasannaha dattvatma tattvamanughrihya tirodadhata. He says, Tvam pradurbhavan tasmai. Hey Bhagavan, hey Krishna of Guruvayur, after having seen and observed the austerities, the tapasya of Chitraketu, after having seen his very dedicated mantrocharanam and stotrocharanam that he received from Narada, what did you do? You manifested. Tvam pradurbhavan tasmai. You appeared in front of him. Achirataha rupena. Achirataha. Chira means delay. Achirataha, without any delay. Rupena, you came in a form. Sahasra shirshna, with 1,000 heads or hoods here, because for a snake it is the hood, right? 1,000 hoods. Sahasra shirshna mrinala dhavalena. Mrinala dhavalena. Dhavalam, white. Mrinala dhavalam, that particular stalk which had white in color. So with the whiteness of a lotus stalk and with 1,000 heads, you appeared, which means he appeared as Adishesha. Baddha nuti siddha ganavritena. Now that Chitraketu had become the leader of the Vidyadharas, the people surrounding him, the Siddha Purushas, Baddha nuti siddha ganavritena, those Siddha Purushas started singing your praise, Krishna. Prasannaha nutibihi. Now Bhagavan stuti stotaranah priyaha, the one who loves being praised. So the moment he was praised, prasannaha nutibihi, he became very happy with the nuti, with the praise. Datva atma tattvam anugrihya. Then you started imparting the knowledge of the Jivatma, of the Paramatma, who's the Antaryami to the Jivatma, the relationship, the inseparable relationship of the Jivatma and Paramatma. How for the Paramatma, both the Jivatma and the entire Achetanam is its body. So Chetana, Achetana is the body of Paramatma. That Paramatma who has the entire universe as his body is the Adhara. Now, despite being the supporter, he is the one. Antarbahischa tat sarvam vyapya narayana sthitaha. He does antarvyapti and bahirvyapti. He pervades from the outside, he pervades from the inside. So from inside also he pervades, which is said, Datva Atma Tattvam Anugrihya Tirodadhata. Then after having given that knowledge, so he has blessed him with Atma Jnanam, which is the Jivatma Jnanam, Paramatma Jnanam, their relationship. So we have Prapyasya Brahmano Rupam, Praptuscha Pratyagatmanaha, Praptyupaya, Phalam Prapti, Tatha Prapti Virodhicha, Vadanti Sakala Vedaha, Setihasa Puranakaha, says the Artha Panchaka Jnanam. With that Artha Panchaka Jnanam, with this Jnanam was being bestowed, Prasannaha Nutivihi, Datva, Atma Tattvam Anugrihya, Tirodadhata. Tirodhanam. Tirodhanam means a screen, a curtain. Then Bhagavan drew a curtain, which means he disappeared. So he appeared as Adishesha, white in color, with the same color as the stalk of the lotus, taught them the Atma Jnanam, taught them the Paramatma Jnanam, and after having done this, achieving its purpose, Bhagavan went away. Tirodadhata. So this is the essence of what shlokas we have seen till now.
कल्याणरूपाय कलौ जनानां कल्याणदात्रे करुणासुधाब्दे कंवादिदिव्यायुधसत्कराय वातालयाधीश नमो नमस्ते। नारायण 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 नारायण